Welcome back to Legendary Mel Games. I'm your host, Joe, and today we are featuring the series finale of Osterity and Preekarity. Now, why do I say season finale when technically we did the credits map with Lone Star? Well, that's because just the same year, Big Ol' Billy actually put out the follow-up, which is Preekarity. It is a massive 1,500 plus map of monsters, challenges, and absolute insanity. The song for this one is Miss Beth's Red Dress. Let's not waste any more time. Alright, we're going to have to move quick through here because this map is enormous. Save. Alright, so let's immediately go into the cave system, which is going to work as our hub area as we go ahead and head north. And up here is where you get the red key gates, you can see right there, but more importantly, the chainsaw challenge. So the way Big Ol' Billy did Preekarity is every weapon gets a challenge to unlock it, and of course all the keys have challenge rooms. But I will tell you, the key challenges are significantly harder than the weapons ones. So, when you actually do get to one of the keys, you want to be prepared as you can get, as we teleport them out here and just ignore everything for now. There's no reason wasting all the health when we clearly don't have the firepower to deal with them. So instead, let's go to the south end of the cave, where you'll see the stalagnates right there, where the stalactite might unite into a column. So let's go ahead and take out the enemies here. So we started with the chainsaw challenge, now we are moving on to the rocket launcher challenge. You can always tell which one because of the corpse holding the weapon. So, this is going to be most likely where we take our first death, just because this one is brutal. What's going to happen in this challenge is barons are going to spawn on both sides of the bridge as soon as you grab the rocket launcher. And the problem is, after about halfway through the battle, cacodemons start floating over the horizon at you, just to snipe you in the back when you're not expecting it. So, let's max out as much of the rockets as we can. And we want to make sure we save here, because again, this is probably where we'll fall the first time. Alright, let's get the rocket launcher. Let's go to the left. We need to pin these in as soon as they teleport. Just keep going left to right, because there are a group of barons behind you attacking. So again, we just want to pin them in, not even give them time to move. And just like that, as soon as we can get in there, because the other group's going to be bearing down on us, as you can see over there. They're going to have a lot of blasts in the air, and now is about the time we should start seeing the tomatoes. So, just keep shooting. Let's get them out of here. Thanks for coming, guys. But we'll take it from here. As long as the tomato says so. I don't think the tomato says so. We're going to have to regroup back here. Let's get some more rockets. Over here. And now let's finish up. Just being careful that we don't end up with a tomato on the side. Now, at computer area map over there. Well, that was a weird one. Alright, so let's go ahead, start to the left, and keep them all pinned into the corner. Let's keep in mind that we do have a massive group behind us. They're a little ways off, but they should be attacking us by now. So just keep moving. Just keep dodging. Just like that. Turn around, give it to them. As we go ahead, scoop up some more ammo. As you can see, the tomatoes are already starting to make their way over the horizon. So, here we go. Just get them beat back as much as we can. More rockets are over here. Biggest thing is not letting the tomatoes get on the sides of you, because they are really good, as you can see, about sneaking up behind you while you're trying to get the barons. So, tomatoes, if you please. We're kind of busy. Either that, or they'll literally just fly right in your face to make you blow yourself up. One of the two. And just like that, we should be done with this one. As soon as that tomato decides to go. There we go. Alright, So as you can see, every weapon is going to have its own unique challenge area to get through. And what we have to do to get out of here is, let's go ahead to the side, work our way around. Where the first barons were, we can drop the bookcase, because any bookcase in a big old Billy map needs to be investigated. That is like his calling card, his MO at this point. And hit this one that now revealed itself, and just like that, we are back. Let's save. Alright, so now that we're back, as you can see, we're at the south side of the cave. Just go straight to the right to get to the next challenge room. And this one's to be for the single barrel shotgun. So, we don't really want to waste any ammo really here, but we can go up top, flip the switch, which is going to teleport everyone out. That way we don't have to deal with them the whole map. And like I said, this area is one that evolves as you go through it. Meaning there are going to be monster closets that open every time you do a challenge room, just to keep you on your toes. So, let's go through here. And now for the single barrel shotgun, save. Alright, go ahead, forward. Let's get the blur sphere, the health. Let's get the shotgun. And as you can see over here, we got barons and pinkies, we've got shotgun soldiers and hell gremlins over here. So, let's go ahead and take them out, and we want the barons to get crushed, because that is an instant kill crusher, meaning when it goes down, it does not come back up. Whatever's in there is getting squished, no matter how much health it has. So say goodbye to those two barons, as we just keep meandering everything else. Hell gremlin out. As you can see, it just slows down to make sure anything under there is not coming back out. So use it to our advantage, because we really don't want to waste ammo here. Go ahead, get health. That Baron is way too far away from it. I don't know what he's doing over there. Playing with a tomato, apparently. Come on, buddy, focus. Alright, so just play a ring around the pedestal. And that'll be a final Baron. So, now that's done, let's go switch on the right, switch on the left. And then switch in the middle, and now reveal big old Billy's big old bookcase over here. So we can use that to make our escape. Just click this to bring it down. And just like that, the shotgun section's done. We can go back here and clean up the enemies that we left behind. Alright, so now if that's taken care of, we have the single barrel shotgun, we have the chainsaw, and we've got the rocket launcher. Let's head for the Chaingun next. So, as we said before, anytime you're here, make sure you grab any items you see laying around, because as you can see, it's already starting to flood with lava. It's only going to get worse and even harder to navigate. So, always take advantage when you see things. We want to get back to where the chainsaw challenge was, right here. We can actually clean it up. Just get the armor bonuses, take out the M. Just like that. There's health hiding in the back. And also the enemies that we left behind down here, we can finally deal with, now that we have an actual weapon to use. So, Hell Gremlin, I know you're here, buddy. Pretty sure nobody took you out. He must have wandered off. Oh, there he is. He got stuck. Alright. So, now if this is done, we don't have to come back here except for when we do the red key. So, that also gave the enemies time to come up here, so they're not randomly wandering around the cave. Now if that's done, go just to the right, or if you're facing north, to the left of this area for the Chaingun challenge. So, this one is, I think, the funnest of all of them. I honestly think this is one of the coolest ambushes of the set. So go over here, take out the Spire Mecha Mind as fast as possible, because that chain gun of his is ridiculous. That's also kind of the teaser for what weapon you're getting in this challenge. So, Zombie Cowboy's out, and let's begin. Make sure to save before we start. Alright, so now we've got a fast crusher. It will not wipe you out, but will do quite a bit of damage, as you can see there. So ideally, don't get crushed too many times. So let's go ahead, push our way forward, quickly get on the teleporter. Otherwise, imps will just keep spawning here, as you can see down there. It's designed to keep you trapped in the middle. Don't play the game, just outsmart them. So as long as we stand here, they can't spawn here. So just go ahead, take out the imps that are working their way over. And just like that, once that's done, we want to go over there and hit that switch, get the ammo as we're doing it. And now we can take out all the imps that were going to spawn over here. Except much closer and more accurately. So once that's done and both switches have been hit, we can go this way. And make sure you saved your rockets, because there is a very wicked fire baron to greet you at the end of this thing. So let's go ahead, inch a little closer. There's still an imp over there. Make sure he's gone before we get there, because here comes the fire baron. Just pin him in there, don't even let him move. As you can see, we are now officially in the Chaingun challenge. So, get our rockets, and here's how this is going to work. So, the second you grab the Chaingun, this entire skull wall is going to fall out with cacodemons, and barons are going to pop in from this wall. There's a whole group of imps over here, so instead of running toward the wall, run away from it. That way we can rocket all the imps that are in there, because that's where our ammo stash is. Alright, let's go ahead, run straight across. Let's get the chain gun. We need to bully the imps in there with splash damage, so we can punch our way through before the tomatoes get here. Don't worry too much about your health at this point, because there are 4 medikits on the bottom floor that surround the main arena. So it's basically a way to fully restore our health once this ambush is done. For now, the barons really take top priority. The cacodemons are just mindless distractions. Half the time you can't even get them infighting with the barons, so it's not even an issue. Hit that switch to reveal even more enemies that are going to come out of the woodworks when we get up there. So now we can welcome to the group zombie cowboys, pinkies, and hell gremlins, but there's not too many of them. Just enough that we can get a few more things in fighting, because we need all the help we can get on the barons. They are the main objective here. They're what's taking all of our ammo, all of our resources. And again, I'm not too worried about the chip damage stuff, because there is the 4 med kits on the bottom floor. But you 3 we need an answer for. So, play ball with us here. One more. Almost. Okay, so Pinky out. Baron. So close. Well, luckily we have some zombie cowboys that can help with some of this. Go ahead and get some more ammo back. There we go, just in time on him. And now, again, just plow through his zombie cowboys, and let's finish off the final Baron. Any day this year, thank you. And now it's just us and the tomato, and to not take chances, let's just go ahead and get the health while we're here. Because we're about to get a supercharge really quick, so not too worried if he smacks us now. But we can't chainsaw him out of midair, unfortunately, so let's go ahead and get the items, just lure him over. Alright, so we're ultimately going to the chapel over here, and this is actually where we're going to get our first of 2 secrets that are going to be at the church. So, now that the tomatoes finally decided to grace us with his presence, let's put him out. And now head across. We're going to have hell gremlins that are going to pop out of the doors here as soon as you cross this. So let's just pin them in, not give them a chance to move. Thankfully, they don't have health like the Revenant does. As you can see, these two sections are not the same. The one on the right's a secret. So let's head them through and absolutely make sure you get rid of the Hell Gremlins here, otherwise they're going to snipe you indoors. So let's get our rockets. Make it. And again, just torch the Hell Gremlins. Otherwise, they're just to harass you inside. So again, love to see it. But you can go. Thank you. Now, there should still be one more out there that we just can't get a good angle on from here. And that's perfectly fine. Let's head on indoors and deal with them. It's mainly imps, zombie cowboys, and pinkies in here. There is one random cacodemon. So this area is not too bad. Ammo's really your problem here, because nothing in here gives you ammo except the zombie cowboys. So, go ahead, get you out of here. Imp, you are intrusive. Alright, now that's taken care of. Let's keep it moving. Get rid of the snipers. Let's head up top. And now we have the imps out. Let's go ahead and get some rockets. We need them for the tomato over there. Get him out, even more rockets, and now we have a bunch of armor bonuses to get at the front door. As you can see, we can lower that to head back out. But that's not the end of it. So let's get some ammo. Let's take out some zombie scientists. Again, the female one is the most dangerous. Let's pull that down, and let's go ahead and get secret number 2 while we're here. And this is going to be over near the front. So let's make sure the Hell Gremlin is out of here. We don't want to deal with him. An inconspicuous time. There we go. So over this way, let's run out the window. Now pull down the supercharge. And also, in the very back, there's also a BF key, as I'm calling them. Or big effing key. Because you need 5 of these to unlock the BFG 9000. There's number 1. So, let's keep going. Now, I will put timestamps in for all of this, so that if there is just a certain item you're missing, you can easily skip to it. Main issue we're going to have here is Fire Barons. There are unfortunately 2 of them. And we don't really have the ammo to deal with this. But we'll make do. Give him the most heck we can with what we've got. We let him take out the enemies for us. And Pinky's gonna get in the way of our shot. Thanks a lot, buddy. Alright, so, Fire Baron out of here, if you don't mind. Zombie Cowboy, you can go with him. Alright, now we are thoroughly involved with chainsawing everything out of existence. Waiting for them to sell their differences. Let's get all the items, and there's going to be 2 switches to hit on our way. So, make sure we get both of them pressed. There's plenty of health, plenty of ammo, armor bonuses. You name it, make sure you've got it. So we don't have to head back here. And now, rockets, and let's head out. So, just like that, we've got the chainsaw, we've got single barrel shotgun, we've got the chain gun, and we've got the rocket launcher. So, let's head to Yellow Key section now, because we've got pretty much every weapon except for the SSG and plasma rifle and BFG. Just getting health, ammo, all the items you see along the way, because again, this area is going to get harder and harder to navigate the longer you leave it. So, head back down south where we got the rocket launcher. Right there is our stalagnate. So now, let's head up right here. And you'll see a yellow key door. Right beside it is the yellow key challenge. So, let's go ahead, clear the initial area out. There's going to be 2 Spire Mecha Mines that pop up there. Speed of Doom style when you get close. So let's just torch them from distance. Because they are painfully accurate, even this far away. Him and the Imp are going to fight it out, apparently. which is perfectly fine by me. Unfortunately, this area is crawling with spiders, so let's aim to get good hits on him up there. So, once the sniper's out, go ahead and take out the imp here. Work our way up, because there's going to be another Spire Mechamind right there in our face. Once he's taken care of, take out the imp, get the health bonuses, and before we get too far into this, save. Alright, now, as you can see, all the evil eyes up here, you know that's a recipe for one of them to be fake. And you'd be right, it's in the middle with another Spire Mechamind. So, just be looking for one that points in the opposite direction. The fact that there's a lost soul here tells you that one exists. And it's right there. Alright, so once he's gone, just ignore the Fire Baron. He is immortal. He's got one of the Vile Spirits there with him. So, since we can't do anything with him, also that Spire Mechamind is immortal. So we're going to have to leave him for now. Now here's the one that's in the middle. This is the center of the maze. So let's get the health, let's get the ammo. Keep punching further back. Luckily that was the only Infernal Eye we had to deal with. There are no others. As you can see, all the enemies on that gate are immortal, but we're about to teleport them out. So, get the armor bonuses. And up here, there's going to be a Fire Baron ambush right in the thicket. Get him out, and he's actually guarding BF key number 2. So, further in the thickets, there's the second of 5. Let's keep going. So, all the way over on our walkway, now we can teleport all those enemies out and open the gate. And just like that, this is going to bring us to our yellow key challenge. And it is ridiculous how difficult these key challenges are. This is why it's so important to get as many weapons as you can before going into it. Because it's going to be relentless. You have to have the yellow key to get the plasma rifle. And you have to be in the yellow key area to get the SSG. So, save. And here we go, into the cave. As you can see, immediately to the left is our SSG challenge room. And I will tell you, if you end up at the end of the map missing any items, it's most likely to be because of that room. And it's because it's pitch dark. There is a light amplification visor. I advise you to save that until you're pretty much done with this room. Because otherwise you're going to come back down here looking for an item. Because this is such a labyrinth. So use our lights to our advantage. And as you can see, different sections are going to open as you go through it. Most of the enemies are not that terrifying. It's mainly just imps and fire barons. And specters in a few odd places. But there's also a secret here. And the secret momentarily can open our eyes for us. So again, just search around these pillars. If Big Ol' Billy hides items, they're going to be around these glowing pillars or in the windowsills here. But when I completed this the first time, this was where my final items were. So, it's easy to miss them here just because of how dark it is. And because as you keep progressing through here, different areas are going to open up, making this area larger and larger as you go. So again, windowsill, rockets, windowsill. And again, always circle them. See, right there was a health bonus. Hit the switch, that's going to open new areas behind us. Including the secret. So, this is the secret area. All we have to do is not trust Big Ol' Billy to give us legitimate bookcases. This one's fake. The one with the candle. As you can see, enemies are shooting through the gate at us. So let's shoot right back. And hit the switch, which is going to open new areas over there. As you can see, we're being bit at. So there's a specter somewhere. Let's go ahead back here. It's the secret number. And it's going to be the invulnerability and the health bonus. Now, let's go ahead, not waste ammo, just drill out the Hellfire Baron. That is technically the Hell Knight replacement. That's why I always get tied up on those two. Alright, so, Imps out of here. As you can see, that momentary blast of light we get from the invulnerability is one of your only lights for a little while. Specters make things difficult. But once we actually get the SSG, that's when I'll go back and get the light amplification visor, just to make sure we didn't miss anything crucial. So, rockets lead the way. Also, these flames tell you the new areas that opened up. So again, get the Revenant wannabe out of here, take out the zombie cowboy. And for the moment, we are okay. Let's keep pushing forward. And especially around those pillars. As you can see, items are on all sides of them. Alright, zombie cowboy's out, so we can finally get to the switch back here to open even more new sections. And at this point, let's be careful, save. Because we are just about at the end of this labyrinth maze. We're about to get the SSG, and that's going to be our main thing here. So let's coax out the Hell Gremlins. That's how you know you're getting near the end, when you start seeing a bunch of them. And at this point, since we know we're coming back with the light amplification visor, I'm just rushing it. Alright, so right there's the SSG. Let's grab it, let's get the ammo. And that leads you back to where we came from, so you can proceed with the yellow key. We're not interested right now. We are heading back so we can get the light amplification visor, which also has its own mini ambush. So, let's head back to the beginning of this area. And you can see it's basically a giant square with just a few different walkways here. Instead, we want to go to the left from the main starting area. So, let's not get tied up here. It's a little bit easier when you just use the map to navigate. Although, you can't see anything that's in front of you when you do it. And we're looking for this X section down below, right down here. There's the light amplification visor. Save it, this area is dangerous. Alright, now against your better judgment, don't hit the barons, just hit the other two, because the pinkies are going to make you hit yourself with rockets. So, now we've got the two slow guys here, let's take them out. Alright, just like that. Now let's make this light amplification visor work, because it's already been running for a few minutes. This is our last chance to clean up the enemies and make sure we've got all the items now that everything's open. So, run like your hair is on fire. We do not want to come back here if we don't have to. So let's make sure we've got all those health bonuses, armor bonuses. Again, they're always going to be around these pillars. Just make sure all the pillars are thoroughly checked around. Alright, so far so good. This was a shortcut that took you back. And again, just check all sides. Like the rocket there. And I think we are good. So that brings us to 320 kills, 166 items, and 3 secrets. So again, no reason to have the light amplification visor anywhere else. Just do your checks, and we move on. Such an atmospheric and moody level, and for good reason, because literally, Big Ol' Billy makes you pay for everything you do in this map. Literally every weapon, even the backpack, has its own challenge room. I mean, it's nutty. I mean, as we saw, the light amplification visor had its own challenge room. There is nothing you're going to get in this map that's for free. And all I can tell you is, especially as you get closer to the end, make sure to hoard the rockets. Because we need a ton of them for 2 of the ambushes near the end, especially the Red Key section. So, now we're back up top side, let's clear out the cave. Now we've got every weapon except for the plasma rifle and the BFG. However, we can get the plasma rifle as soon as we get the yellow key. So, let's go ahead. For the love of gosh, save it before you get down here. This area is an absolute gosh awful nightmare. Like I said, these key challenges are absolutely mental. Make sure you're as stocked as you can be. And definitely make sure to save. So, what's happening here? Get the mega armor. As you can see, don't make a sound, as tempting as it is, because the Spire Mecha Mines are all immortal. Instead, we need to just keep playing Run Away from the Pinky a whole bunch of times as we hit 3 switches. 2 of the switches are diagonal from each other. They go that way and then this way. And the Earth switch is directly in the line of fire of the Cyber Demons up there. So just look at the Cyber Demons, wave to them, don't get too close to the rockets. And now that all the pinkies are ticked off on them, go ahead and hit the final switch. And now, bum rush the Cyber Demons. Just run up in there. Pinkies aren't interested in us, and as you can see, the Cyber Demons are getting crushed. And now we can make a noise. Because we need to get the pinkies out of here so we can actually move. So just throw everything we have at them, because we're going to get more ammo that we actually need soon. So right now it's fine to use whatever we have, just to get the pinkies out. As you can see, they can't come up that stair there, so they're literally sitting ducks. But still sitting ducks I'd like to be rid of. So again, just firebomb all of the pinkies. That means we have no shelter going forward, but we're not going to need it because we're not going very far. Alright, so once that's pretty much done, I mean, we're going to have one more left to go. Let's go ahead and save. Now we're going for the yellow key section. Just run and weave like heck. Hide in here, get their bullets off of you. Teleport, hit the switch, run around. That's going to teleport the Spire Mecha Mines out of here. But make sure to hide back here, because the ones across can still hit you. Big ol' Billy's not going to repeat the same thing 3 times. You're going to have imps in the next one. Make sure we get the imps out. And again, just keep hiding in the back. And for the final one, we're going to have pinkies. Hit the switch, and this time, not only they teleport out, but we actually lower. So now the area is going to fill with hell gremlins. Just be bombarding that corner over there by the yellow key door. That's where they're coming out of. And that also tells us something has changed about that corner, because obviously they weren't here before. So, dodge their endless onslaught of nonsense. As you can see, what changed is there's a passage here that we can take now. So, zombie cowboys out. All of you. Imp, you can go too. Be really helpful. Alright, so 2 different ways we can go. We can stay up top at the bridge section here, but it's risky. We can also go down below for a secret as well. So, no right or wrong way to tackle this. Since we're here, let's go ahead and finish up with this room. So again, you guys gotta get it together and beat it. So, get our rockets, and now we want to go to this area with the grating back here. Notice the grating is gone. So, let's have top. This is going to be secret number 4. This is the computer area map. This is what we saw from the rocket challenge room. Now we can go. And now that we've got it, let's go ahead, head right back where we were, again, just beside the yellow key. And now that we're here, we can go ahead for secret number 5, which is going to be a supercharge. It's a little bit risky the way we have to do it. Save. Alright, so up here, let's go ahead. Up top, jump off the bridge, but jump off the bridge going straight. So we can get in here and just be ready for immediate opposition as we push our way in. There. Alright, now this area is trippy looking, but the only thing that matters to us is at the very end where we get the supercharge. So do be careful of just enemies around tight corners. And they do get progressively harder the further in you go. When you see the Hell Gremlin, just know there's going to be a Fire Baron right around the corner from them. So right there. So there is a Fire Baron coming up. Just have the rocket launcher ray. He's going to be right there. Okay. Now, once everyone's cleared out here, let's go ahead. And this is secret number 5, the supercharge. Let's proceed. At this point, we've got the yellow skull key. This area is done. Now we need cleanup outside. So, the outside area, unfortunately, has its own demons we have to worry about. So, just keep the tomato at bay, since he's just going to float around back there. Take out the enemies here. Not worried about the rockets, because they give you some right here, and they're about to give us a bunch more. So, tomato out, and before we go in the library, save. Alright, heading up. So, imp out, and there's going to be a bunch of rockets around the pillars. Just be careful not to go too far back into this room, because that's going to lower the wall right behind us with basically Fire Baron slaughter. So, make sure we're well equipped and ready. And we can see them coming. And also there's going to be pinkies coming behind them. So, just like in Remember the Alamo, Fire Baron slaughter. Yeah! As you can see, the pinkies make this extremely difficult as well. So, take all them out. And just like that, we'll be done with this. At that point, the entire yellow key section is done. We just need to make sure we have the health. As you can see, a few more tomatoes randomly popped up outside. But we've got a rocket launcher. And they do not. So, tomato, if you could show yourself. And now, go away. So, we want to hit this switch. And we want to hit the switch that pops up, which lowers us back out of here. This is where that wall was, the bloody wall. And now we can go on back up and out. Now there is another secret passage that's over here. It does not count as an official secret though. I will show it while I'm here. But it actually leads into that room. If you come off on the other side, you can lower this lift here, and it also takes you over there. So if you accidentally fell off the balcony, that brings you through the secret painting that was here. So now we're done with that. As you see, we can't get back out that way. You have to go the other way. So get our health back up. And down. And now we can head out. Yellow key section done. Do not have to go back there. So let's clear out anything that's decided to wander this way. And let's go ahead and continue on. So the yellow key is ours. We can go for a lot of different things right now. I think the backpack is probably the most important thing to go for next. So let's go ahead down here. We're going to get our resupply room. So the resupply room is at the bottom of the cave, right by the rocket launcher challenge. So it's the little one right here. That way we have a place to constantly be beefing up on med kits and security armor. Because now a lot more enemies got released. And as you can see, an entire aerial swarm of tomatoes. So if you don't want to make this unbearable on yourself, just go ahead and deal with them now. Because when we go for the backpack, it's to spawn its own cacodemons. And if we're not taking them out regularly, we're just going to get overwhelmed by them. So again, just heal back up. And now, as you can see, even more things are making its way over. Unfortunately, not all of them are great. We've got Spire Mecha Mind here now, and they pretty much do not stun lock, as you can see. They're very hard to take out if you don't have a rocket launcher. And unfortunately, there's 2 of them that got released. So, 1 out. You pretty much have to play peekaboo with them. So again, as you can see, more monster closets opening, take full advantage of the goodies that they give, and we're close enough that we can hear the other one, so just get ready as more of the cave is now filling with lava, showing our progression through the map. Basically, we are in the process of blowing up UAC Texas. It's been good, it's been fun, but it hasn't been an experience we want to stay in. UAC Texas has been doing some terrible things, and we're about ready to put an end to them. I don't even know how you got up there, Zombie Cowboy, but you lost. And the big door over here, again, right beside the single-barrel shotgun challenge, this is where we're going to get the backpack. So, rocket at the ray for the shotgun soldiers there. As you can see, there's a Spire Mastermind on a pedestal. That is going to be what guards the plasma rifle challenge. So for the moment, just go ahead and deal with this. Get our rockets, we're going to need them. Especially some more, they're hiding back here. And save, because this area looks easy, it is not. So second we grab the backpack, 3 different infernal eyes are going to open. You can only hit them from here, just about. So take 1 out right in our face, and we've got 1 way over there. We're basically doing the icon of sin, because you have to be on the pedestal to hit them. But the 3rd one is extremely far away. As you can see, it is already spawning a whole bunch of stuff we're not happy about. Let's see if we see a poof over there. Did we get? I think we might have. Nope. I still see it spawning things. So, just keep the rockets going that way. Like I said, it's very hard to hit from this far away. But we should see a poof when it goes away. Got it. Alright. So, we've got the backpack. Let's go ahead. 2 of the yellow key doors have been opened. 1 of them leads to the blue key. That is the yellow key door that's up on top of the mountain. We do not need that one yet. Because we definitely want the plasma rifle going into the blue key challenge. So, basically, at the last of our ropes when it comes to health, at least for the moment, let's go ahead and make our way to the plasma rifle. As you can see, this area is treacherous to get through now because of all the lava. And more monster closets that are just making our day with extra health. So, for this, we need to be up near the chainsaw area, because up here is also going to be the storage shed that takes us to the plasma rifle. Again, making sure we've got all these health bonuses. So tomato out, and here's our shed. Now let's see if we can coax out the Hell Gremlin just to get him out of here. Be careful, there's hit scares everywhere, but as long as you hit the barrels, you'll be fine. They take out most of them for you. And also around the corners. As you can see, just everywhere in here. Now this switch opens the door to let you back out. But at the moment, we're not interested in that. Because we've unfortunately got a Spire Mecha Mind to deal with. Thankfully, we've got a rocket launcher. So, he's going to teleport away the second he sees you. Just go ahead, hit rockets around the corners. Don't even give him a chance to shoot at you. Just like that. So this area is complete. Let's go ahead and hit the switch to lower the plasma suits. But also, we need to hit a SHUI switch over there. It's the only face that's not lit up. And that's going to reveal BF key number 3 of 5. Right here. Hit this switch to let us back out. Now we need to do whatever we can that's possible to try and get some health, because this is one of the most unforgiving fights of the entire map. And this is not the place you want to be at 6% health. Because, as you can see, the Spire Mastermind is in this massive chamber with lost soul orbs all around you. So, again, if any of those orbs get blown up, aka the Spire Mama's Chaingun, we're going to be in a world of trouble. So, back to our resupply room, and this can help too as long as we push the barrels away from us. We're mainly going to have to use the SSG to take out the Spire Mastermind. And again, where we're going to is just up at the north end of the cave, slightly to the right. Now that all the lava's growing, and that's the north, going to the right, here we are. So let's get our environment suit, rocket launcher at the ray. We're going to need it. And we need to make this quick. So, immediately get the rockets, take out the fire barons from here. Don't even get down there, don't even waste time with it. So, fire barons can go, take the tomatoes with them. We don't really care that much about rockets with what we're going to be dealing with. Now, here's the other challenge here, and that is the vile spirits. We've got a whole cluster of them. And remember, they pretty much wipe you out the second they touch you. So let's go over here to pull down the lava fall. And it takes a little bit to lower. That gives us time to get the vile spirits away from there, just to make them take longer. And what we're seeing over here is actually the blue key section. So let's juke that and get ready for the fight. Alright, let's go ahead. Immediately halt the Spire Mastermind. Second she tries to start with that chain gun, because we do not need 1,000,000 lost souls flooding this cavern. So, let's go ahead, get her stun locked around this pillar, but be careful because those vile spirits are on their way here. The only good thing about it is they can't revive the Spire Mastermind. So, again, just keep her pinned up. Just like that. Alright, now once she goes out, let's go ahead and get them all moved over here out of our way. Again, they cannot revive the Spire Mastermind, so I'm not worried about that. Hit the switch on his side, that's going to spawn in a bunch of zombie scientists up top. As you can see. Alright, now we need to keep the vile spirits away from here. As you can see, they are lightning fast when they want to be. Gun lift. Careful of the zombies. Scientists, just be ready the second you get up there. And again, the females are the worst. They do the most damage. So, take them out. Let's hit a switch. Now we have another lava fall that's going to start descending right there. Be careful though, we're going to get fire barons from it. So, rad suit ready. And just always know that this swarm is just coming after you. And the problem is, any of the other enemies they can revive. So let's not be reckless here. Let's just get them out of the area, get around, and deal with fire barons. Okay, those two are out. You all, come on. We'll get up there, that's fine. As you can see, this is also where you get the plasma rifle. So take them out. Let's grab it. Let's not get bit by that. And just rock climb our way back. Now we've done 3 of the 4 yellow key doors. Last one, and this is going to take us to the blue key section. So, now we've got every weapon except the BFG. Let's look for the spiral staircase right here. There's going to be a Baron guarding it in a very, very tricky corner, because it's hard to get him out of the corner. Big old Billy put him there basically as a roadblock, but sometimes you can get him to linger around here long enough. Do something too. Just like that. Got it? Yep. Alright, so let's get up there. And now we go through yellow key section. Here we are, again with the Spire Mecha Mines. Okay, again, just don't give them time on that. Let's head up, and we can get our ammo and health, and get ready for BF key number 4 of 5, just by going behind these pillars, hitting this, which opens the skulls, so we can get back here for the 4th key. The last key is by the BFG itself, so no worries. And now get ready for a blast from the past. So this is Osterity, Map 6, Mesquite Part 2. The demonic invasion has taken over the id Software office. So, we need to do something about this. Let's immediately start clearing the place out of all the bombs, because this area is going to bring back the Nightmare Imp, aka the Spectre Imps. And it is going to flood with them. I mean, we are talking slaughter proportions now. So just get ready for Nightmare Imp slaughter with a side of Cacodemons and Fire Barons. This area is just going to become a mess. Luckily, we do have a secret that's going to help with it. So take out the bombs. It seems random why you wouldn't want to take it out when the enemies are here, but when they flood in lightning quick. You don't really have time to play around with them. So, let's go ahead, now that all that's done. Now we should be good. Let's head back to where we started. And if you remember, that switch is where we exited Mesquite Part 2. So, this is what's going to kickstart the ambush, plasma rifle with the ray. Alright, let's hit the switch. And now, we need to ignore the Fire Barons and instead start dealing with all the Nightmare Imps that just absolutely flood this area. We really just need a place to go to let all of this stuff just kind of sort itself out. Rarely ever happens. There's usually something on top of you here. So we go ahead, just keep roaming around. When one area gets too unbearable, just go to the other. And do our best to ignore the Fire Barons unless they put us in a position that we can't. Because we definitely need help against the tomatoes there. What would a slaughter section be without an absolute wave of tomatoes? I have no idea. So, back here, let's get some rockets. Let's get the invuln and use this to help tear through some of the more stubborn groups right here. Oh, the carnage. Alright, now that this is starting to thin out a tiny bit, again, those Cacodemons are just endless, it seems. Let's keep pushing forward as we start to push them out of the id Software office. Such a neat reference when you think about the fact that, you know, the office was a relic of the past, and now that's what you've got. The office has fallen into absolute chaos with nothing but ghosts in there now. So, Nightmare Imps, if you all are done, I swear there is no end to you all. Pretty much just turn in any direction and shoot. You're gonna hit something. It may not work, but you're gonna hit something. Alright, so things will settle down a little bit. We can make some headway here. I don't even know what the heck I'm hitting over there. He must be up top. Yep. So again, more plasma. And let's finally get this office clear. With the red solo cups still perfectly intact. Way to go, guys. Alright, so now that the id office is pretty much clear, let's go ahead and get ready for the blue skull key itself. So as you can see, the blue skull key is up there on a pedestal. And again, we're still just roaming around, making sure nothing else is going to try and sucker punch us from behind. I think we're clear, but you can never tell with these guys. Can never get a good read on them. Alright, so as you see here, we can hit this. It actually lowers a bookcase that's right here, which we can ride up to get the key, just before it pops up. And just like that, blue key section is done, bringing us to 744 kills, 191 items, and 6 secrets. Considering how many kills are still left, you know it's going to get absolutely insane. And you can go! Alright, so let's go ahead. Now we've just got the red key section stopping us, and this area is just going to get absolutely miserable, so get ready. We're about to spawn a whole bunch of stuff ourselves. Alright, let's hit the switch here. There's going to be 3 infernal eyes that pop out. 1 there, 2 here. So, make sure they're all dealt with. And now we've got tomatoes behind us. We don't care about that. We care about all these hell gremlins. They're blocking the red key door. So, get behind them, take them out. They are the most important part of this ambush. Once we got them out of the way, not to have as big of a problem. As you can see, there was also an infernal eye up there. Not anymore. So, once hell gremlins are gone, everything has to come uphill to us. So, let's meet them where they at. Tomatoes can go, and now the fire barons are actually helping us, because they're going to attack anything that gets past them. So, at this point, we've got the Cacodemon infighting with the Fire Baron, which is perfect. At this point, if you want to spread out that far, we will absolutely take advantage of it. Okay, so far so good. Now, I am in a position where I can get a Mega Sphere soon, so I'm not too worried about health at the moment. Alright, tomato out. Still doing work against all these pinkies. Careful when he attacks, because it's getting harder to see. Especially like that. And now let's put an end to that party. Fire Baron, go. Oh, there's 3 of you. Okay. That makes this tremendously harder. Alright. Really didn't want to have to waste rockets on you, but apparently we're going to have to. So get that Fire Baron out. Let's get the pinkies out. A few more for good measure. And now, let's get the tomato out. Last of the Fire Barons. Alright. Now, before we tackle the red key, which is what's up here. So again, this is what takes you to a red key challenge. Apparently there's one more Fire Baron hiding up here. Thankfully he never woke up. Alright. So there's the red key section. Let's go ahead and get the Mega Sphere while we are waiting. Because the red key challenge is the hardest of all the key rooms. The yellow one just looks impossible. The blue one just feels overwhelming. the red one is overwhelming. I have not, still to this day, found an easy way to get past the red key section in here. And at the moment, we're still dealing with the pinky herd. So pinky herd, we're about done here. We've got a megasphere to get. You're holding us up. Okay. As you can see, the area is mostly covered in lava now, which makes getting the items tremendously more difficult if you missed anything that was in the lower levels. Alright, so let's make our way to the northernmost part of the cave. That's going to be way up here. And then we can hop off. As you can see, the yellow key door that's way up there, that is where we had the blue key challenge. The other blue key door is right here. So, up we go. And this is what's going to give us the megasphere, which thankfully is not a secret. So, let's keep going. This time we need the red key section, so again, just follow the ambush. Follow the ambush, follow the insanity. Over here. As you can see, this whole place is pretty much turned to lava now. So again, going to the south part of the cave, which is completely under lava. Okay. This is why it's so important to get those items as early as you can. And now for us, red key section's ours. Let's go back up and save. Alright, get ready for one of the most ridiculous things you'll ever see in the Doom map. And I wish I was joking, I'm not. So, get faked out by the red key, and let's go straight ahead, to the left, and get ready for female zombie scientist slaughter. Yes, the same ones that pretty much one-shot you when you have no armor. So, do everything we can, get them cleared out, get enough space between us, as we focus on the barons and mainly the infernal eyes up there, because that's our real objective. So take out the infernal eyes so that we can get the teleporter to the next section opened up. Again, we just want to focus our rockets at the big herds of them, because they do splatter very easily. This is why they cannot infight the barons for us. So, we have to be mindful of that. We're pretty much on our own when it comes to the barons. So, keep going, and this is why we need the infernal eyes out as fast as possible, because those lost souls are just going to keep coming. They're never going to stop. As you can see there, go ahead, pull the rocket down, go ahead, keep pushing. Wonder why in the world we had to have all these lost souls here. Yeah, the pain elemental, the dang meatball, even with it not in this series, he finds a way to mess us over. So, let's go ahead, get ammo, let that breathe for a second, get some health back up, because as you can see, this is far from over. So, go ahead, let's get them out of here. This is our domain at the moment. As long as we are not visible to the infernal eye, it shouldn't be spawning anything. So we just need to keep that in mind to stay out of its line of sight until we're ready to take it out. So barons have to go because we have to deal with them. The zombie scientists won't. And now we got all the barons just about funneled over here. Keep it going. As you can see, the lost souls are taking over, so let's take out their podiums as fast as possible. Don't give them a chance to keep spawning in here. Just look at that damage she does. It is nuts. Alright, so let's go up top, and let's just get everything after us up here, so we can isolate the lost souls, take out the last of the scientists. We're not to chase the lost souls around, we're just going to group everyone up here. So, with all the infernal eye stations taken out, we shouldn't be making any new ones. These are just the ones that were already here. So let's go ahead, get rid of all this, and finally make some headway on this place. So let's head off. Let's start getting all the ammo, as we're pretty much done with this section. So, zombie scientists out of here. Lost souls out. We are on the move. So, take this time to go ahead and get into more open areas. That way we can coax any enemies that are still out to come join us over here, so we know what we still have to take out. Just be careful not to fall in, because the teleporters are very few and far between over here. And at this point we can see we've got Baron and his gaggle of scientists over there. Just like that. He should be done any second. Come on, buddy. Enough of that. As we are still looking for ammo everywhere we can find it. Alright, now this is our teleporter forward. At this point, I think we're good. I don't see anything moving, and I don't hear anything. So, get ready for phase 2 of the Red Key section. Absolutely save before you even attempt it. Alright, teleport. Let's run across all of this as we make our way up the pyramid. And let's plasma rifle at the Ray to take out the pinkies. It seems like overkill, just trust me, because they keep spawning in front of the switch. We need to hit, get off, teleport, turn around, hit the switch, and now that unlocks the cacodemons. So, they're no longer protected by their vile spirits, so we can take them out. Just keep climbing the pyramid. Go, go, go! This is the Red Key Arena. It is crazy. Get the supercharge, and let's immediately take out all the tomatoes that have us cornered. And just be careful, because the biggest issue with this arena is the tomatoes floating 10,000 miles away from you. So, keep on them. Luckily, Big Ol' Billy gives us plenty of ammo to deal with it. And be careful, because they can teleport. So, if you see the flash, if you hear the signal that they've teleported, they're going to be right on top of you. Alright, so at this point, we've got this one. Buddy, come on now. Come on. And then he pops right up in our face. Go already, buddy. Thank you. Now at this point, I think we got them all, because that's the vile spirits we're hearing. One more. Take a hike. There. Oh crap. We took him out too close to the vile spirit. It revived him. Alright, come on. Be dramatic about it. Act like we didn't hear you get revived. He must be doing that ominous slow rise to be like, hey guys, I'm right here in your face. There he is. Alright, away from the vile spirit. Thank you. Alright, now let's jump off. Let's get ourselves back. And Red Key section's done. We don't have to go back there. So, now that we're at the top of the cave, we're right by the red key shed. That's going to be right over here. If that's the Chaingun location, it's going to be just to the right of it. Again, this is where the chainsaw challenge was that started everything. Just go ahead and hammer the hit scanners in here, because there is a sneaky cacodemon around the corner. As you can tell, we are now in the reception lobby of UAC Texas, because we are blowing this place to as many pieces as possible. So get ready. We go ahead and take out the enemies here. Let's get ready for our final secret. We just want to make sure we don't have hit scanners shooting us in the back. It's up here with the bars. You can actually blow them up. So take out the bars, get in, and we've got mega armor and an ammo supply cache. But that's not all. this is where we get the final BF key for the BFG 9000. So in here, there it is. At that point, we have all 5 of the BFG 9000 keys. And now we can put it to good use. So let's get back out of here. Shotgun at the ray, because you can already hear him shooting at us. The enemies are not too bad at first. Then he throws a wild card at you when you get complacent going through here. So again, just get our way into the corner. Careful of the imps on crates. Billy does a great job of lulling you into a false sense of security here. So in this corner, we can go through, and this is where we finally get the BFG 9000. This is where we put all of our keys to use. There is a shotgun soldier behind them, so be careful whenever we open that door. Save just to be safe. So open and shoot immediately. And again, this is using all 5 of the keys that we found. Just like that. And that will epically lower us to BFG 9000, which we will absolutely need for this. And also, if you fell in, it's fine. The way out's on the right side. So, let's get ready for the big finale. At this point, we've got all but 3 items, and we've got all secrets. Kills we're going to be plenty fine on when we get to that final ambush room. You see the Mecha Mind around the corner here. Again, they do not stun lock worth a darn. So make sure you've got your attacks planned in advance. Because here's a whole legion of spiders. As we go ahead and get them all over here. Well, scorpions in this case. So used to calling them spiders, he actually did make them scorpions in this series. So, let's get across. And let's also be mindful of this rad suit, because we're not to have it for long. So, run, run, run. As we go ahead through all the imps. That's our way back. As you can see, it doesn't seem that bad. Yet. Get ready, we're going in. And this is a very tough descent down. So, let's go ahead and activate the express elevator from hell. Alright, let's hit the switch. Keep the vile spirits pinned in the corner. Keep them distracted by zombie scientists, whatever we have to do with them. Just don't let them out of here. We ideally do not want them reviving the Spire Mecha Mind. If they do, it's not the end of the world, but ideally, we can hold them over here. Even if they revive the Spire Mecha Mind, which they just did, everything will teleport away at the bottom. So, not a problem. Save. Alright, let's get the energy cell packs. Let's get around here. Take the Fire Barons out, 1 and 2. Get the Mega Sphere. And now, let's go ahead and put a stop to the entire Tomato Army before they even get started with this nonsense. So, all of you can go, take a hike. And now, as you see, we've got flooded with imps and pinkies. But that's only the beginning. So now we're going to have hell gremlins spawning in. And right after them, we're going to get the Fire Barons and Barons. So only engage the Cyber Demon when he's stuck on our stuff. And as more stuff floods in here, we can be more efficient with our cell usage. So keep going circles, take him out. We have dealt with the Cyber Demon enough. Get him out of here. As we go ahead and spin around, get the Fire Barons out that spawn back in the other room. And thankfully, some of them are going after the Hell Spines for us. So, for the love of gosh, get the Gremlins out as we do everything we can to avoid the Fire Barons. Back here, energy cell packs, and let's try and get them clumped up. So in the corner, Barons can go, and so can you all. As we go ahead, pin them in the corner, don't let them out. So, just us and the Barons. One. And one more. Got it. Alright, Hell Gremlin. Let's get him out. And be careful, the random hit scanner down here. So Shotgun Soldier can go. Hell Spines have to go. So they are the Commander Keens. They're going to open the way forward. Right near the exit. So, let's get rid of them. And we've got two in the opposite room's corners. Let's just take advantage of any ammo we can find, any health we can find along the way. They're both bunched up here. So, careful because they do attack insanely fast. Absolutely don't sleep on them because they can take a ton of damage, as you can see, before they go. Single tap this one out of existence. Ideally, nope, still too much. Go ahead. And just like that, down to one. And be careful as soon as we get him out of here. That means the door that is tagged with their sector tag is going to open. That's going to be where the fire is, where the Caco Cloud came from. So now that he's down, get ready, because now the exit's going to change. Now we're here, we should start hearing things coming through. Welcome to the mobbing. The mobbing of all the zombie-men. As we try and make sense of this madness, there is another Fire Baron in there, but ideally they're actually coming from over here. So, go ahead and blast them all out of existence. Luckily we don't need too many here. There. Alright, so at that point we should be done with all the kills. At this point we're only missing one item. As always, we'll skip it forward. Because as you can see here, we can go back here and pull the wall down to teleport back out of here. To find whatever item you need. Over here. Because there was a sneaky armor bonus that was hiding around a tree on us. So, in here where the medkit is, it's right there. Because daggone, these things blend in so well. But at that point, we have all kills, we have all items and secrets. What a way for him to finish out the series, and you have not seen anything until you see how he actually ends this. So, let's go back into his shed. And down. Our elevator lift. Taking out the random zombie that somehow didn't follow us. As we drop in the hole over by the fire. And here is the official exit to this map. So get ready. As we are making ourselves an explosive exit from this place. UAC Texas, done with ya. We are blowing this place sky high. So, run on out. And there it is. Dimmed. Yes, just like we saw in Lone Star, the credits map. Dimmed. For real this time. It's been nice knowing you, UAC Texas. But we escaped. And just like that, Preekarity is done. What can you say about this map? It is enormous, and it has literally everything you can possibly do in the entire game of Doom. Every item that is essential to your quest has some sort of challenge around it. The Berserk was literally on the pyramid at the Red Key section. You had the light amplification visor with the Baron ambush. You had the Infernal Eye issue with the backpack. Every single weapon had a challenge room associated to it. And on top of that, the keys had the hardest ones of all, especially that Red Key section. Holy heck. So, this is what Osterity, I honestly feel, needed badly. Because, remember the Alamo was a really fun way of tying up the entire series, but this is truly how you give a grand finale to something as great as the Osterity series. This is hands down, to me, mapping perfection. It is big, sprawling, and there is something to do around every turn. So, without further ado, one of the monologues that started it all. And that would be why Tom was stuck in the corner in the id office, both here and in Mesquite 2 from Osterity Map 6. Again, just such an outstanding series. Absolutely try it out for yourself. I have the download link for both Osterity and Preekarity, both in the description below. Make sure to check out the Osterity and Preekarity playlist. Like, share, comment, subscribe so more people can see the videos. We'll see you back next time. Take care, everyone.